Why is a board of directors important to a nonprofit organization's success?
You know, a high-functioning, highly committed board is so important to an organization. I think when I look at KACF, and we have 21 board members, and they all bring different skills and different talents and different resources to the table. But it is through that collective kind of effort and power and ownership of the organization that we've been able to move the organization forward. And I would say that a board of directors is really important because they are ultimately the ones that kind of own the organization. They are the ones that are ensuring the fiscal, financial viability of the organization. So they take it upon themselves, to be constantly fundraising for the organization, raising support. But also the other piece that's so important is that a board of directors really helps to set the strategic vision for the organization. It's sort of like setting a ship on sail, and then of course the staff, can make sure that we are, on course and, taking care of the work and also being a part of the strategy as well. But working together with an effective board of directors is just, I would say, integral to the sustainability and the basically the difference between an organization that's thriving and one that is not.
How do you find your board of directors?
Well, this is interesting because as I said, in our early days, we had to beg people, to serve on the board of directors, and they'd be like, "How much work is that?" or "What is it?" But these days, I think especially as KACF has established a really strong track record and a brand, and people are getting a sense of the kind of impact that we are currently having and the potential for the future. A lot of people are expressing more interest in serving on our board. So I think ideally, the way that to get a potential board member is to have somebody who is not, a stranger to the organization, somebody who's already, contributing in some way, has established their interest and their dedication, whether it's by serving on a committee or whether it is through, attending our benefit dinner, maybe supporting it at a leadership level. And also, they may or may not come through our current board or other friends of KACF who make those introductions.